Hey, it's me, Justin. If you are watching this episode, you may notice the quality is a little deteriorated from what it normally is. We were trying a couple different things. We're moving some stuff around. So there's some growing pains. The audio is good per usual, and the video quality will be back to normal next week, we hope. So, stick in there. And if it's too grainy for you, you can always listen to the audio. Okay, thanks for being here. Bye.
Then one time he smacked me in the back of the head and got
like
out of my car.
I don't like that one.
And left.
That one got real. I don't like that one.
Smacked me in the back of my head, got out and left, and hit me up like, yo, I left my phone in your car.
Oh my God, it was after I hit the head?
Yeah.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
So we're live?
I guess so. You know, not live as we get so far.
Dude, look at this room. I'm just kidding.
Look where we're at. Welcome back to another episode of If This Doesn't Work.
Is this the first one in this room?
My illustrious guest, Najee.
Wow.
Gracing the new stew.
Damn.
You guys can't tell at home. It's a little bit of a different setup we have here for now. It's ever evolving, you know?
We just sold the couch and got 2 chairs. It ain't shit. I'm just
Yeah. We've done some
same room, same
little,
2 people.
Couple little things different.
Did you get this from Patreon money?
Yes, yeah. Shout out to our Patreon subscribers. For $333 a month, you can watch me and Mike fuck. Shout out to our last guest, Paul. Shout out to you for leaving the beers. We're gonna go ahead and try this on the cast because why not? You left them here. This one's called. If you didn't see the last episode, go watch it. Blah blah blah. Like, subscribe, share, yada yada yada. He brought a couple of these craft beers. You know, one of these real craft beer guys. He brews his own beer too. So he like you listen to. You know, it's like he knows. And this beer I haven't had. This is called Secret Machine by Holiday Punch
Secret Machine.
Holiday Punch. By Dewey Beer.
Yes.
Okay. This is Secret Machine.
So there's like a
Holiday
subreddit.
Punch. There's like a.
So there's Reddit, and then the subreddit.
Oh, you look at things in terms of Reddit and subreddit.
Because I think Thrills is like a type of.
That's
Dewey
one of their
Beaches.
lines.
That's one of their things, and then Secret Machine is also one of their things.
Oh,
and
so
then
you
it breaks
think there's
down
a few
even
different-
farther.
Got it.
Holiday Punch, and that one's the lemon meringue.
But that's not Secret Machine. Oh, you're saying that's the Thrills version.
The
This
Thrills.
is the Secret
Didn't
Machine.
you say you had another one that was
we,
Thrills?
When we did. So, I got you. Secret Machine is Thrills.
Yes.
Is to this can what Thrills is to that can.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. We're going to pour some. How you been, dude?
I'm good. How about you?
Still gay, still suicidal. You got a vibe?
How's the podcast?
It's existing. You know?
I liked your. I've been listening to a couple episodes. I like the one with
Come on, lie to me, brother. Let me hear.
the prison one.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
That's a cheat code.
I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah, of course.
I listened to them all, but I feel like there's like
There was an actual good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a highlight one.
Yeah, I know.
And then I listened to the one with the 2 OnlyFans bar owners.
Okay. That's how I got the guy.
Really?
Yep.
Tight.
They posted about it. He happens to know them. He probably
And then
spends.
I like listen to Grimes and you guys kicking the shit.
Yeah.
I listen to those.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're fine.
They're
But
good.
the prison story one, I mean, come on.
All your
just built-
podcasts are good. And they
Thanks,
all flow
buddy.
good. Even the ones I'm like, all right, I know what this one's going to be about. Because my podcasts just flow into each other. So sometimes yours just come on. Just subscribe.
Where do you listen to it at?
Apple.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you've been doing good. Consistent.
Thanks.
Every week.
Mike's been on my ass, dude. I've been trying to quit. And Mike's like, dude, come on, we're doing this thing. I'm like, fuck, dude, I want to just not do anything.
Right.
You know, Mike's like, me too. That's why we got to do something. So, you good guy.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It's always a blessing when I come through and
You calling yourself a blessing right now?
no, I'm saying when I get invited.
Oh.
You know, when
You
I
got
get
the
an
forever
opportunity.
invite.
I know.
I'm gonna say this is underwhelming compared to the 2 we had.
Okay.
You don't say that.
I'm just
Try.
Yeah, you should have given it a
look,
shot.
I hyped it
Try it
up
first.
off camera. I
Cheers.
hyped it up.
Cheers. Salute. I like it.
It's delicious.
Oh, it's subtle.
I know what you mean. Because I had those others.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
Yeah. this
Top
is
tier.
good.
This is top tier beer. But
No,
this
it
tastes
is.
like beer.
Right.
A little. The shit we had, you could have given to a child.
I think calling this holiday punch is I don't know. That's the part I guess I don't love about it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not really
just
holiday.
a
It's
sour
just a
beer,
sour,
but
yeah.
a good sour beer.
This is
It's a very good
si-
sour
it's a
beer.
good sour
It feels
beer.
clean.
Dewey, very good sour
I don't
beer.
know.
This is some adult shit. Like today, I went to the dentist. Am I?
Did you actually?
Yeah, I was at
Oh,
the
I
dentist.
thought you were playing.
No, I was at the dentist, and
I thought because listen, I was thinking like in the gym, something you can't leave,
right.
and I thought you were like, I'm at the dentist, which is even worse. Like would have
Right.
been an even worse place to have been.
No, I was legit at the dentist.
Oh, okay.
Just like some 6-month clean, like teeth cleaner.
Oh, we go over 6 months, right.
And I was like,
Gotta
damn,
start
that's
doing
some
it.
adult shit.
Yeah, yes, dude. We talked about it, dentist. I haven't been in too long for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years.
And it
By a
hurts.
couple, I mean 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Are you scared of the dentist?
I don't like it. It's not a fear. It's a genuine discomfort.
It is really it is not fun.
I don't know what.
It's not that
It's
I feel like when I was younger, I didn't mind it as more. Like now that I'm older,
interesting. Which you would think would be opposite.
right? I'd be like, oh, I'm used to it, but I don't know. Just them fucking scraping around your mouth it
It's
hurts.
terrible, dude. It's
It
a
hurts.
hellscape.
And they're like, everything's good in here. I'm like, why are you hurting me then?
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. But they tell you like, hey, you need to work on this, or like, hey, you need to brush your gums. If it's kind of like it's like a 6-month cleaning, but it's also like, if you don't do, it's like a reminder from someone higher than you. Hey, if you don't take care of this, you could end up with this.
Right.
So I like it.
I'm just like the cavemen didn't have dentists.
Right. They didn't have teeth.
True.
You
I feel like they had to have some.
You could go that way.
They had to have some. Yeah, no, I don't know what it is about it. I've hated it always, and it has seems like it's got maybe because I don't go. The argument would be if I go often enough, it wouldn't be that bad. Let me tell you this: the discomfort I feel is way worse than the actual discomfort happening.
Right.
You know what
It's
I mean?
the thought of being at the dentist.
I
than
guess so. I
actually
can't even
the
put it on
act
paper.
of doing the being there.
It is the act, but not the physiological pain.
It's
All of it. It's wrapped in. It's the psychological aspect, I guess, as well.
Right,
There's
right.
some type of torture about it that I just
teeth, like mouth
yeah,
open,
there's something
tongue to the
incredibly
side,
vulnerable about that.
Scraped
Tongue
in.
to the side.
Yeah. It is.
Tell
it
me
is-
what to do with my tongue.
Yeah, don't put that thing in there.
Yeah.
It is a lot, but it's worth it. I don't want to have fucking gingivitis and all the other
Yeah.
shit that comes with not going.
Mm.
But how you been with the election? Are you okay? Did you cry?
Dude,
at
listen,
all?
I have some people very close to me who are really distraught about it, you know?
Yeah,
I'm-
me
I'm
too. I do too.
Yeah. And I feel for them, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel for the people happy, and I try to feel for everybody. I'll say this. I'll say the people who are super happy feel like their paycheck's about to double and they can start using slurs again, you know? And the people who are really upset think their daughters are going to have their clits cut off.
Right.
And let me just hate to spoil it for you. I don't think either of you are correct. I think that's like, just, obviously the radical extreme, like, it's not going to be that radical, I don't think, on either case.
I feel like
I could be wrong. I've been
I
wrong
could be
before.
wrong. I could be wrong too. But I feel like we already
probably
did
is
it already. Like he was already president once,
Mm.
and we did. This is like a repeat of like what we did before.
Right.
Like, oh,
It
the
isn't
world's
brand
gonna, the world's gonna end. Trump's the president. All our rights get taken away, and then the 4 years passed. Biden got elected. It's like we made it through.
Yeah.
So if you could just do 4, and everyone's talking about their kids' futures, like 4 years. Like, how old's your kid?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
a
gonna be
great point,
4. You
too.
know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, the policies he puts into play, I guess, could
But
have.
I feel like
lasting
everything
effects.
always teeter-totters.
Yeah, it
that's
has
just
been
life.
that way. But then you got, you got fucking people like Elon, catastrophizing it, saying like if Trump.
That's the only thing I didn't like about his campaign. I think this time when he ran, I know you hate politics, but I think this time when he ran, he wasn't so much of like name calling and like picking on him, but he did ramp up fear mongering.
Yeah.
Like if you don't pick, there's this hilarious interview where this 8-year-old calls in and she's like, "Mr. Trump, I just want to know your favorite farm animal," and he's like, I think cows are cute. I love cows. Kamala doesn't want any cows. If Kamala
they
gets
can't help
elected,
it. They
if
can't
Kamala
help
gets
it.
elected, there'll be no more cows.
They
And I'm
can't-
just like,
and he was
what?
being serious.
He was just being. I think he was like leaning towards like the greenhouse gas
Sure,
thing and the
sure,
cow
sure.
shit and the
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
But he was just like, no, it's just hilarious.
Do you like
man.
cows too, little girl?
He just
say goodbye to him.
Yeah,
if she
exactly.
wins.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like the fear mongering.
Well, getting Elon Musk and RFK to endorse him was very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot of people say like I'm only voting for this guy because Elon
And I get it.
RFK
Like,
are
if
with
you
him.
don't, I don't like if you got Elon, one of the probably the smartest man walking the earth that I know of from my
Second,
ignorant
probably.
brain. You know what I mean? And then you got RFK, who legit I think cares about the health of the. You know, like he might be.
Yeah.
He's a politician, so he could be lying, but I think he cares. You know, about changing the ingredients and I feel like it's a no brainer.
Yeah,
You know, like
I know. I love how people act like he's super radical.
Right.
It's
No, I
if
feel
you
like that's a
if you actually-
no-brainer.
It is tough to listen to him. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But if you get past, if you're able to listen to him, he's not.
That's
saying
who I was
anything
going to
that
vote for
crazy.
before.
RFK. Did you go out and vote this time?
I don't want to talk about
Fair enough.
it.
Yeah, yeah, politics, man.
But yeah, I think he cares, and I think like some of the stuff he's saying again was like I align with like the pharmaceutical commercialism.
Bro,
and, like,
I was watching Hulu recently, right?
Mhm.
At someone's house who doesn't pay for the non-commercials, I guess, right?
Bro.
I know. I know.
Section 8?
I was on Section 8. I was doing welfare checks on
broken.
people and shit. Yeah.
It's like people that still have YouTube ads.
Well, I just like to stay 1 foot in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I go. So I was. So I'm watching these ads on Hulu, which is owned by Disney, and I'm not throwing any shade at. I'm not one of the people who's like, go woke, go broke. It's not about that. Shut up.
Right.
What I'm saying is, I just genuinely, and this is an old take, right? But for me, I haven't watched commercials and I can't tell you how long.
Right.
All I watch is YouTube.
Right.
And I pay for the thing.
Right, because you're not broke.
Right. So I'm watching it, and I kid you not, every single commercial is before the election. Every single commercial is either politics or pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Every one, bro.
That's crazy.
Where it was almost satirical. It was just like, this is a South Park skit. It was, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. Because it's like, kids are, this is like, we're watching, this is like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And it's just like, I heard a story when I was talking about it to the person. They were like, yeah, they have like an 8-year-old nephew or something. And this person came on the screen, some lady who I don't even know her name, some politician. And the 8-year-old's like, monster! You know what I mean? Just from the commercials, because they're slander, the other campaigns are dragging the other people.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this poor, and he don't even know what he's saying. It's not his real opinion. He's just like saying the thing they're about to say. And it's like, where are we at as a country, bro? And the pharmaceutical, it's just like, oh, dude, I don't know. I was just so sad by it. I'm like, this has to be a joke.
Nah. And I'm
It's
just
not a
happy.
joke.
But I'm happy like it's over. That too. Like,
Well,
well,
I mean,
it's over to the extent of like the commercials.
Oh, because
and
the election's done.
debates, and it's just like
yes, the
it's just-
pharmaceutical
again,
commercials
we
ain't
do
gonna
this
be
every
over.
time. Like every time there's an election, and you and I talk, we talk about the hypocrisy. It's so funny seeing like it flipped on its head, like people just being like, one side just being like, you just have to accept the results of the election. The other side being like, this is fake. This is getting fishy. It's like, damn, this is history repeating itself.
Yeah. The whole thing.
I'm just ready for no tax on overtime.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Ready for a campaign promise that won't come true? Hell yeah, brother. Me too. Hell yes.
I'm ready for the no tax on overtime. I like. Have you seen his little like I guess they're like PSAs he's been putting out?
I maybe watched I definitely watched one of them, but I haven't seen it multiple, I don't think. But he's just saying, again, to me, it's just a politician doing talking points, right?
Yeah, he's just talking about what he's gonna be signing an executive order first day, and I'm just waiting for him to be like.
Is he getting rid of chicks with dicks? Because I'm not for all
I
that.
think he said something about only assigning 2 genders.
Yeah, but who's assigned? Yeah, of course. That's to me. That's
There's
like
problems-
they act like that means murder trans people.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The people who were very worried about that's like, I don't think that's even that archaic of a thought. And what does that mean? You're not going to be recognized as a human unless you say. Well, I'm not even sure what the implications of that are.
I don't know what that.
You know,
I think,
'cause I'm
I
all
think
for
he was
acceptance, but I don't
also-
understand that.
I think he was saying something about like, like there won't be no gender affirming care. Well, I guess from what I understand, I might be ignorant to it. Is like if a student comes out to a teacher about what he assumes his gender is or whatever.
They're required by law to take them in the back, cut their dick off, and not tell the parents.
Exactly.
Right. Actually, I did hear that happening in school.
So he's saying no more of that.
Right. Which, how dare him?
Right. Yeah. Some of the stuff he's saying is like, okay. But again, I'm like, okay, well, you're addressing problems that are like the 1%. And they're just buzz,
of
internet
course.
buzz
The
shit.
talking points. And that's what they feel like. Talking points, right?
Uh-huh. But the Department of Education one is deep. Did you hear about that? He's getting rid of the Department of Education in D.C. and leaving the education up to the states.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty deep. But I hear Elon said something about giving them a 2-year pension. So it's not like Heartless. Like all these people at the Department of Education just lose their jobs and have to be on the street.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They'll give them
I'm
like
sure
2
they'll
year
give 'em a little
severance.
severance package. Yeah,
But that's like some change and shit, you know.
if it happens, yeah.
If it
yeah.
happens,
yeah.
Set executive order. I don't know.
Yeah, how does that work? If you put an
And
Instagram
can you fight it?
post up,
Can
if
you
put
fight it?
Now
Yeah,
you
I
have,
don't know.
Your executive orders have to be in like an Instagram post now, or they don't count.
Yeah.
Like the written word's old, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you don't have a TikTok telling us, you know, what's going on.
I wonder what he's gonna do about that. Because you remember that he was real big on banning TikTok because it was Chinese owned.
Yeah, well then ban the rest of the country.
Well, they said it.
I mean,
they
what
said
are
they
we doing?
reverse engineered it, and it was the worst spyware app like ever.
Right, because it ain't ours. But it's like, but you know, Facebook and Instagram is the same exact app,
Yeah,
same
but it's
exact
u-
spyware.
but it's
I
us.
bet. But it's us.
But it's us.
Yeah. I doubt anything will happen with it. You know,
We'll see.
and that's all we can do, brother. Is see.
I mean, just get up, go to work. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fall to my knees in the street and cry. You know
yeah. Some people are fucked up about it. I'm 35 tomorrow.
what?
Tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 35.
Damn. What are you gonna do? Jump out of a plane or something stupid?
Yeah, probably kill myself. Yeah, probably.
How was
actually.
jumping out of a plane the second time around? Are you over your fear of heights now?
No.
That's
No,
worse,
I'm not.
actually.
I will say that, like, you know, this is what they told me anyway. Like, it's hard for it to even be relative.
Right.
If you're standing on the 6th floor of something and looking over the side, it feels more relative and scary than being that high.
Right.
Because you're
It's
so
a
high.
different thing.
Yeah, you're looking out at a fucking picture.
Right.
This is like, you know what I mean?
So like being in a plane and looking out the window doesn't scare you because you're
Right.
in a plane.
Yeah, you're in the plane. Yeah, once they open that door,
Well, yeah.
that's when shit gets sketchy. Like, I'm nervous. Chris is trying to act like he's not nervous. This is what's killing me, bro. So look, I'm not like being a pussy. I mean, I am a pussy, but I'm not being one outwardly.
Right. You're
but
feeling your feels.
I'm being vocal about that. People
Uh-huh.
are like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm anxious. I'm excited. I'm nervous." You know, 10 minutes before, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Chris, how you feel?" He's like, "Yeah, fine." And I'm like, "You're not that fine.
Yeah.
Like you might be fine.
You're jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
Or
Period.
he could be broken.
No, I think that he needs to say that shit so he
Oh,
can feel
right.
fine.
True.
Because if he's like, I'm
That's his
freaking out, he
coping.
might freak. Exactly. I think that's his way of dealing with it. He won't ever admit to that till the day he dies.
Right.
But, you know, he's like, yeah, we're cool. And I'm like,
First time doing it?
His? Yeah.
And you're
And-
just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just
I go, how are you so cool about it? He's like, we either die or we don't. I'm like, yeah, but no.
Oh,
I get
my
that. I
God.
get that. And I get that logistically.
Right.
Or logically, rather. And then I also get statistically. I mix those two words up.
But that don't
I
mean
get the
nothing.
statistics.
Because you everything ever, you just be like, oh.
Everything ever.
You know,
is
you'd
either
be
you
on a
live or you
roller
die.
coaster, you just be like, oh.
Either you do or you don't.
Either die on here or we don't. It's like, no, the
Yeah.
fun and the excitement. Like you
and-
said, the anxiety, the fun, the excitement.
And also,
that's what life is about.
right. And also, it's not like my fear was like, I might die. It was just like, holy fuck, what are you about to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again,
Yeah.
how
but
many times do I want to play this game?
the fear, I did it twice down there.
Where'd you go?
Florida to visit my cousin Jessica. She lives there.
Okay, that's
She
what I
lives
thought.
at the
I didn't know you
landing
were
zone.
there. I didn't know you were. So Chris went with you.
Yeah.
You guys drive or fly?
We flew.
Okay. I didn't know that's where it was.
Yeah.
Tight.
So that was
And
extra
she
tight.
did it with you guys?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was extra tight because we got to do stuff in the air, you know, like grab people, do like formations and shit, which you don't really get to do on tandems normally. But yeah, we got to do some cool shit. It was incredible. It was intense, bro. And it's like I've been before, but barely remember it. And it was way different than this. I don't know why.
Really?
I swear. Maybe it's just that I forgot about it, but this felt maybe it's because there was other people with me going at the same time and we're trying to grab each other and shit. It was just so intense, dude. It was incredible. When the parachute opened the first time I went, which is like, this first time, this past weekend I went. As soon as the parachute opened, because there ain't really a whole lot of talking when you're flying. When you're doing the free fall, you're not that scared because it's so intense that you don't have time to be scared.
Right.
It's just like you're going, you know what I mean? It's like you don't even have time to process anything.
Right.
So there's no fear there. There's terrible fear right before you jump. Terrible fear right before you're getting out of the plane. But then when that parachute opens, it goes from that 120 mile an hour to this, like this soft, it goes quiet.
Right.
Like the first thing I noticed was the noise difference, you know, which is obvious, but it's like, it's just going from chaos and then, and I just kept going, holy fuck. And the guy behind me is like, right? And I'm like, bro, holy fuck, you know? And it made me a little emotional too. I sat up there, I'm like, I'm getting like emotional. He's like, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, oh, I get it. You know, it's like, and also being down there and seeing how normalized it was helpful. Because we stayed on the landings. We stayed there, you know? So seeing people just go all day. There's wingsuiters there. There's people that are dragging the pond with their foot. There's fucking people doing all kind of tricks and formation. So it was like the real deal, you know, which made it feel really normalized.
Right.
Like I could see if I pulled up there and I'm like, let me just go do this thing. It would feel a little bit more sketchy than watching people go all day long. So that was nice. As soon as I got back, I was like, they were like, how was it, you know? And I'm like, that was intense. And I've done heroin. I said, now don't get it twisted. Heroin's better. But that's up there. That's a peak experience, you know? It's a very different, it's nothing like heroin in the way that it feels. But just as far as like intense peak experiences, it's up there.
Damn.
Would you do it?
Fuck no.
No?
Nah.
One more of this?
That's like when I'm driving and I see a cop behind me and I got tints on. That's how I feel. How you felt jumping out of that plane. You're on
Oh,
tense.
stop it.
You're on tense. Like, I don't need no plane. Yeah.
It's not the tint.
Black in America,
It's
yeah.
black. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a
I'm
tinted
black in
skin.
America, yeah.
That's it. The cop pulls you over. He checks your skin with a tint thing. Bro, imagine they had the percentile thing. Oh my god, bro. He's like, yeah, 25% is too dark for the for up front. You can sit in the back. The back windows are allowed to be darker.
Have you seen the Family Guy thing where the cop pulls out? It's like a grade marker and it goes from like dark to like lighter.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
like,
haven't.
it says like criminal and then it goes to like terrorist and it goes to free to go.
Oh, because it gets brown in the middle.
Yeah,
there?
it gets lighter.
Oh, that's what's it say at the top?
Free to go.
Did you guys ever see
God damn it! They beat everything one to everything.
There was a South Park game that you made a character on, and the difficulty of the game was your skin tone.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
the harder it got.
Hey, bro, that is honestly like brilliant, poetic, and funny.
Yes.
Pretty
That's
sure that
sick,
was the
bro.
fractured but whole.
Dude, that is so funny. That is so funny
Pretty good.
and fucked up. That is so good.
South
God
Park-
damn it, them too.
South Park is the
Simpsons,
best.
Family Guy, South Park. They beat everyone to every whatever your angle is.
Yeah.
South Park did it. Simpsons did it.
Simpsons
Family Guy
was-
did it.
Yeah.
It's just funny that other people and like celebrities or whatever get canceled while those exist.
Yeah, really.
Dude,
You know what I mean? It's
they
like we
grandfathered in.
yeah, they're grandfathered.
They
Then leave them
strangely
alone.
have this past.
Leave them alone.
Though it is nice that as a cartoon, though, it's not like there's one sole person to like blame. You know, like a celebrity would
Right.
be canceled for a thing. Like if
But
Simpsons
they could come
did a
after
shitty
like
joke,
Comedy Central or something.
yeah,
Or even the writing teams, or Matt and Trey for the South Park
It's
thing. But
too-
it does
yeah.
make it easier because
Yeah.
there's this weird level of separation
hmm
in the animation.
yeah, it's a team.
Yeah.
I mean, but
They get away with wild shit.
they get away with whatever, and they're like whatever. They push the limits, and everybody just leaves them alone.
They really
You
do
see, they
push
made
limit.
the Lizzo dress up as what they made fun of her as. So they
No,
did.
What are you talking about?
So South
Who
Park.
made her? What do you mean made her?
South Park did an episode about Ozempic, but they call it.
Oh, bro, I watched that one.
But they said it was. They called it Lizzo.
Oh, maybe I didn't.
Yeah, they called it Lizzo.
Does
There's like-
Randy meet up with people to try to do it?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
So it's basically it's not Ozempic. It's called Lizzo, and it's just you indulging in whatever you want, and you not caring anymore. So it's like try
wow.
Lizzo, and it's people
Dude,
just
that's
eating
genius.
whatever
Again, that's
they
genius.
want.
So that's their take on Ozempic. This is a drug where it's like you can still be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But just do it all and have no care.
Yeah,
Dude,
just
you
indulging
gotta be
in whatever
kidding
you
me.
want.
They're
And
fucking
she dressed
genius.
up as the Lizzo for Halloween. Like she
As
leaned
the
in.
joke Lizzo.
Yeah, she
Good
leaned
for
in.
her.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
leaned into
Thank
it.
God.
You know what I mean? But it
Thank
was-
God. How about Dr. Phil leaning into the Adam Ray Dr. Phil thing? You know anything about this? Do you?
No, I'm not
So
sure.
Adam Ray's a comic who does this fake Dr. Phil.
Okay.
He's been getting some popularity recently. He's been on Kill Tony, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
that's right.
Oh,
Well,
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a big.
We gotta talk about Kill Tony too.
I'd love to. Well, so it's a big thing with this Dr. Phil thing, and it's like he couldn't do that without permission. So when they asked him about it, he's like, "Yeah, no, Dr. Phil's cool with it." And now I just saw Netflix is like coming soon. Them two get together and sit down.
That's awesome.
And it's genius, and it's like, yo, good for Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Take the joke, bro.
Take the joke.
Have you seen Bill Maher talk about his impression, like Kyle Dunnigan's impression of him? Oh my God, he's just such a cunt. He's like, it's not good, you know. It's just like he won't even talk about it. He's like, dude, he sucks.
I hate that guy, Kyle. Whatever.
Really?
I don't
Kyle
think his-
Dunnigan?
I don't think his impressions are funny.
Yeah,
at all.
he sucks. Bill Maher sucks. It's a world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
world where both people suck.
But let's talk about Kill Tony.
Let's talk about it.
see
Kill
him at
Tony,
the
if you haven't seen it, it's this comedy show. The biggest comedy podcast in the world. Every Monday,
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe is the comedian who runs it, and they bring up new comedians, and they do a minute of like open mic stand-up. They pull random people, and then if they suck, they get to make fun of it. It's pretty genius.
Yeah.
Because it's constant content that's being brought to you.
Yeah.
If you're great, we can talk about it, and we can riff about it. If you suck, we can riff about it. Also, they have like a weird obsession with people with real disabilities.
That go up there and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the
everybody's
people
in
they
on
propagate,
it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's what they make the jokes. Like, other comedians are like, I wish I could get on Kill Tony, but I don't have, like, a missing leg or, like, a half. You know what I mean? Because people that get up, dude, are insane.
Right. So, did you see him at the RNC?
I saw clips.
And
that's Republican National Convention or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think about it?
I think that was... Do you know about this?
I know about it. I was supposed to watch it. I didn't. Josh Grimes asked me about it, and I meant to watch it and then tell him, and I just didn't.
Yeah. Did we talk about it on the cast?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, basically...
All right, here's my opinion.
Well, you got to say what happened.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Say what happened real quick.
So, they got Tony Hinchcliffe, who is basically one of the best roast comedians right now, if not the best roast comedian right now.
Which is an important thing to note, that he's a roast comedian.
He is a roast comedian.
Which is like where you're frying somebody up.
He's frying somebody up.
Making fun of someone.
So he gets hired someone hired him from Trump's team. Everybody's backs their hand away, don't know who did it now, but someone hired from Trump's team. And he went up there and just roasted like countries
everyone
and people
and everything.
Everything. He was, I'll take some. Now they say comedy, you're not supposed to punch down.
Yeah.
He was stomping the floor.
Well, okay, so I don't agree with you should punch down. You know that.
No, I don't either.
Okay.
I don't either. They say
everyone should get these jokes.
Everyone should get these jokes.
It's almost patronizing.
But everyone.
Yeah.
So my thing about Tony Hinchcliffe doing it is like he made like some African American jokes, and they were like watermelon jokes.
Yeah, carving watermelon.
Clever,
not funny.
I
didn't laugh.
Yeah.
I could say he's going for the funny. By the way, at the end of the day, you know my take? The motherfucker's going for the funny.
Right.
He's not going up there to start a fucking Klan rally.
No.
He's up there to get the funny out and to try to be edgy.
And then he did the Puerto Rican and float trash joke.
The joke was did you guys hear about this giant floating the island of trash in the middle of the ocean? He's like, oh, that's right, it's Puerto Rico. Yeah. It's a pretty simple joke. It's a pretty And
they have like a trash problem in Puerto Rico, so there is like context to it. Like they have like something where shit was like getting shut down areas.
And they have a real thing of trash in the ocean.
But anyway,
it plays on both.
He got a lot of backlash because for some reason, the Democratic Party was already labeling
extremely racist comedian.
They're
Nazi
labeling
rally.
This rally.
That's what the headline.
They
said.
were like saying it was like they compared it to a Hitler rally because the Hitler rally was back in the day was held at MSG or something like that. So I guess since they're Republicans, they're Nazis. Whatever racist stupid shit they were trying to say.
One of the dumbest parts of that argument is because of the location.
Right.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. So the
by the way, Hitler
racist.
gave a talking.
Yeah,
that was.
Look,
if you want to make a good argument, make one, but don't straw man it.
So here's my like not issue, but here's my like problem with it. I guess that's the same thing. I just feel like if that's what the Democrats are looking for, they're looking for like a reason. Like why are you booking a roast comedian for that platform?
I think that's them knowing enough to know he's buzzing and good, and not enough to know no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he does
trying to know,
it's like
acting like they know it's cool.
It was almost like they didn't because they didn't check like what jokes he was gonna. They let him riff. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I like Tony Hinchcliffe, but in that situation, it was just like you're putting fuel on the fire. Like. Again, I don't care if you're punched down, but it just looks away if people are already saying.
I don't think he gives a fuck.
I don't think he does either. But I'm saying,
as the Republicans,
as Republicans,
I get that.
As Republicans,
Tony Hinchcliffe's like,
it looks away if they're calling you your convention a Nazi rally, and you got a guy on stage making fun of everybody except for the people in the room. You know what I mean? Like you said, everyone gets these jokes.
He didn't make fun of the whites.
And he might have, but the clips don't do that.
Right, that's the thing too.
He might have, but I don't think he did. I didn't see the whole thing. He might have, but he didn't. Because if he did that set he did at Tom Brady's roast where he was roasting up everybody. He made Kevin Hart jokes. He made the same racist jokes, and everybody loved it. He scorched earth. I heard everybody say he had the best set in the whole roast.
Yeah, he killed it.
He killed it.
Him and Nikki Glazer.
Yes.
Were the two best.
And I just feel like it was like
shout out Nikki, call me.
Wrong, like right person, wrong place type shit.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I
don't think it was like about him being offensive or anything. It's just like, what are you doing up here? Not at this time.
And the backlash was for real.
Yeah.
People in Puerto Rico were pissed, and it's like, you know how this goes on at every comedy night, every night ever.
Right.
Like it's like this is like if I thought about this, if it was a comedy show, like you said, wrong place.
Wrong place.
For the Republicans.
For
Tony Hinchcliffe, he's like, y'all are getting these
this
fucking
is what
jokes.
This is me.
I don't give a fuck.
And I just think it was.
I like that he went for it.
Did you hear Shane Gillis's take?
Mm-mm.
He's like,
or maybe
I just think it would be absolutely hilarious if Tony Hinchcliffe caused Trump not to be elected, got Kamala in office, and we went to World War III, and it all came back because of Tony Hinchcliffe jokes.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
That would be funny. He's like, and we die of a nuclear holocaust because of Tony Hinchcliffe's jokes.
We're already in satire, so it wouldn't surprise me. Do you have one of these yet?
I just
is that this?
Remember?
Okay, perfect.
So this is the lemon meringue.
This is lemon meringue pie.
Smell it first. Smells fucking.
That's not drinking like a wine.
Well, yeah, he kind of said it was like, sipping. He didn't give us a bunch of rules.
Wow,
but
this tastes like ice cream.
Yeah,
bro. Okay. So, and that's what Mike was talking about with the first one being underwhelming for us. Everyone tasted like a dessert.
Okay,
it was just two.
That one tasted like beer. The one we just had.
That one tasted like beer.
It tasted like, and by the way, delicious beer.
It was
something
great
I would have
great
after dinner,
bro.
But like the
every
first
night
two,
for the rest of my life.
If we were to put the first two on a scale, and then we drank that third beer, like, or if you drink this beer first and then try to do a scale and then drank one of these or the ones we had, like you break the scale. The scale doesn't fucking.
You wouldn't include that one.
I think this is a really good beer though. Like,
that's what's fucked up sounding. I genuinely love
like that.
Now
that's one of the best sours I've had.
Now I understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
that was a beer, a good beer.
This is a beer.
This is like
That's not a beer.
This is something else.
I think it's almost fucked up to call it beer.
Yeah, I do too.
Sorry, listeners, because everybody's like,
it's not
oh,
wine, it's not beer, but call it something different. That's closer to a cider than a beer.
It does taste a lot like lemon meringue. I don't love lemon meringue.
Me either. That's why I picked the other one first.
Because it's like it's a lot. Like I bite and I'm like, that's enough. Like it's just
that's
too
why I
rich.
picked the other one first because I'm like, lemon
that's
meringue might be too sour.
I'm glad you did it this way.
This is good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, shout out Paul Mox.
Yeah, really.
Put his Instagram handle here.
Me and Paul Mox fought at Chesterfield Park.
Did you?
When I was in I think I was in like 5th grade.
You guys fought?
Fist fought, yep.
Dude, bring him here. We could get this on camera. We got to finish this out.
Me and Paul
I'm
Mox
sure he
fought.
worked your dumb ass over.
Nah.
Nah.
And I'm like not even trying to like.
Of course.
Because we were kids.
No, of course. I'm the one talking
and
shit.
His memory, he might have won.
No, he did.
But in my memory.
Yeah, right. I know how your memory
Hands
works.
and feet.
You just make shit up.
Yeah, that's true. I whooped your ass.
If we're making stuff up, yeah.
Oh, man.
You're right.
Justin tried to kill me one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Over what?
I tried to kill us all.
For some reason, I just got under his skin one time.
Najee intentionally provokes people till they just weren't brave.
I was
younger.
standing out back. We were at a party. I was standing out back. And you know how like it was like a basement party, so like you can walk up the steps. I was standing
to
in front,
a cellar. To like
into like
concrete
a cellar,
steps
like
to a
down,
cellar in the
down to a
basement.
cellar or whatever. I'm standing like in front of that, and he's looking at
With
me
his back to
and
the
I
steps.
could tell what he was thinking. He was gonna kick me down those fucking steps. And I don't know what I did.
Yeah, dude. He was just yeah. Dude, I was so
This
weak.
And it was the same
I
trick.
was so weak.
It was the same trick every time. It would be like, Justin,
so
I
weak
kick your ass. And then
mentally.
it was literally the same trick every time. Justin, I beat the shit out of you. And he'd be like, no, you wouldn't. I'd be like, I'd show you right now, but like, I love your mom, yo. Like, your mom is the
He's like,
best.
I'm not trying to do that to your mom.
He's like, yo.
And in front of people sometimes, and I'm like, Najee, you can't beat me up. And he's like, nah, that is cute that you think that, but I would fuck you up, you know that. And I'm like, do it right now then. And Najee's like, nah, bro, you know what? Dude, he would provoke me until I'm ready to literally fight, and then be like smiling and shit like that.
Yeah, like, why are you tripping, bro?
Dude, it would work. It literally worked. I was like a thing of putty, dude. He was just, dude.
Every time,
I'm
the
embarrassed.
same thing.
I'm embarrassed at how much it worked.
Same thing.
Because I had recently, like...
And the reason I didn't kill him is because knew he would turn out like how he is now.
And shout out to Sheila.
Yeah, and shout
But
out
yeah, it
Sheila.
crossed my mind to kick him in the Sparta, kick him down them fucking cellar
Oh,
steps.
so you didn't do it.
No,
not.
he did
I did
not.
not.
He did not. He didn't ever kick me. He almost punched me on the Bay Bridge. Same joke. That was the first time I did it. He almost punched me on the Bay
And
Bridge.
then he's like, "Oh wow, I got something out of
And
this."
then one time he smacked me in the back of the head
All right, I
and
don't
got
like
out of my
that one. I
car
don't like that one.
and left.
That one got real. I don't like that one.
Smacked me in the back of my head, got out and left, and hit me up like, "Yo, I left my phone in your car."
Oh my god, it was after I hit the head.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Najee was talking so much shit. I couldn't believe it. He couldn't help it, dude. He could not help himself. He just literally could see that it got a rise out of me and just kept poking and poking. And I'm, by the way, I mean, we're hammered drunk.
Yeah, drunk.
And I'm in the back seat now. He's in the front seat, I guess, and he's just like talking to shit. And then they get to drop me off, and I like just kind of smack him in the back of the head and get out. And I'm mad. I mean, I'm mad. I put my hands on somebody. I'm not a big, I'm not doing that, And Najee thankfully didn't get out and beat my ass. He like, let's get out of here.
Yeah, because sometimes you like, I heard that.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
no,
Najee
yeah.
knew
Like, yeah, I
damn
heard
right
that
he
one.
was in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like he knew that. And
Yeah.
then I get inside and I'm like, oh fuck, bro, my phone's in there with. And then I had to eat my humble pie, swallow my pride, and be like, hey buddy. I know we didn't end on the best suit there, but can you please? I had to like Facebook message him on a laptop.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Good times.
I got drunk one night and punched one of my friends in the face. Hit him up the next day, like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "You hit me in the face last night." I was like, "Yeah, we were drunk." He's like, "Friends don't hit friends in the face."
Yeah, no.
I was like, "Damn." So like,
Yeah.
we not chilling today, or
Mm.
yeah, he was upset for a while, but
You remember that time, dude? This is terrible. I hate that I laughed to start it. I don't even want to tell it now.
Fuck that.
I know. I'm telling it.
Nah,
I'm
don't
just
tell it.
voicing the what's coming up at me.
let's talk about it.
Do you remember when I invited my coworker out to drink with us?
Current coworker or past coworker?
Past coworker.
Okay.
At the time, coworker.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness.
I invite him out to drink with us. I'm drinking way too heavily at the time. I get blackout drunk. I realize someone has stolen my phone.
Shout out Beezers.
Shout out to Beezers, R.I.P.
Places we love to hate.
Yeah.
We're there every weekend.
You couldn't walk in sober. You had to be hammered even to get in there.
Mhm.
Someone stole my phone. I realized this. So I'm walking around the bar like mean, like ready to run pockets, bro. I mean, I was overreacting like a motherfucker. I'm like, someone has my shit. And I'm like, no one's leaving this bitch until I'm like wilding out on strangers, right? They're like, bro, who are you? I'm like, empty your fucking pockets. Dude, I was wilding out. I was losing my mind. My coworker, who I haven't seen in an hour, forgot he was even there. My coworker comes up and I see him with my phone in his hand. So I walk up and I smack him I smack the open hand smack loud as a motherfucker. The whole bar here. Bow!
Hey, homie, you dropped this or something.
Worse, bro. Worse. Mike, worse.
Here's the phone you gave me to call my mom or some shit. Like, no shit. No fucking shit.
Mike, you can't make it up. Remember I asked you to borrow this 30 minutes ago and you let me borrow it. I've been outside on the phone. Bro, are you kidding me?
Amazing.
Are you kidding me?
That's
So look, it gets worse. Listen.
It gets worse.
Dude, listen.
Because I'm like the only one that has his coworkers back. So I'm like, yo, Jesse gets smacked. I'm
Well,
like-
no, and then
and
I'm
then
really
they're like
apologetic.
beefing, and then
No. I'm apologetic. when
Yeah,
this
you say
next thing
sorry.
happens. When the next thing happens.
Oh right.
So listen.
right. Oh yeah.
So look, so he's obviously extremely upset, and I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. And he's like, dude, it's not even a big deal. Let's just get out of here. Let's just go home. And I'm like, I'm outside with him, right? Talking to him, pleading myself. Like, bro, I am genuinely so sorry. And he's like, bro, it's not a big deal. But another friend of ours, who will go unnamed, comes out, and he sees me pleading with him and thinks that we're fighting. And he walks up, grabs his kid's head, and I'll never forget. He goes, leave him alone.
No. He said,
bangs his-
leave Justin alone. He said it's his name. Leave Justin alone. It takes his head.
And bangs it against the concrete wall, dude.
Bangs it against the side of Beast.
And I'm like, no, bro, no, we're friends again, dude. He's my buddy the whole time.
leave Justin alone.
Leave Justin alone.
Well, that's sweet. I mean,
It is. And it's also was so funny that I was like, I'll never forget it and said it wrong. I love that he said my name.
He said your name.
That's hilarious of him to do.
Yeah.
Leave Justin alone. Hey, shout out to my minions out there.
Yeah, that shit
Poor
was
guy.
funny.
And needless to say,
Co-worker too.
he never-
like, not
he-
like a friend. Like like
Where you
Yeah.
work now?
no.
Okay.
And this is a decade
Gotcha,
ago. And
okay.
also, it was the first and last time he ever hung out with me,
Sure.
outside of work.
I mean, no offense, like Beezer's was fine, but like, I don't know. It wasn't where I was expecting that story to go. Like,
yeah.
alibis now?
I have
Yeah.
a funny Beezer story. So
When you
one
fucked
time,
that really fat girl in the parking lot?
no, it was twins. I'm kidding. Jokes, podcast jokes.
Everything on here is satirical. I just made
One
up
time I was
coworker.
in Beezer's with talking to some white girl or something like that, and there's bikers there, and like they were just mugging us the whole time.
You talking to a white girl, you said?
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
rare, and just mugging us the whole time, and
Not in our town, buddy.
like after I wasn't really worried about it. I
God
had,
damn.
my friends were there or whatever. Well, she walks in to get a drink, and one of them was like, does P Diddy and his friends want to fight? Like talking about us.
Now, hold on a second. Were you P. Diddy in this?
I was P Diddy.
Oh, dude, that actually tracks.
Yeah. They're like, P Diddy and his friends want to fight, and then I guess they came out, and I don't know if they said something to me or who I was with.
Same thing.
Well, we started fighting in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Kicked their ass, and I guess the owner,
Just saying, kick their ass.
the owner of Beezer's, you remember them?
Uh-huh.
They walked out and just saw us putting belt to ass, and banned us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and banned us
Yeah,
for fighting.
Yeah. These blacks are kicking our ass. We need to team up.
Yeah, I remember that.
We might not be able to whoop
P.
your ass,
Diddy.
but guess what? You're trespassed,
Yeah,
Diddy.
P Diddy and the Bad Boy reunion want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The Bad Boy reunion now would be pretty sick. You think he's going to get out or what? You think he's a sacrificial lamb?
I think I think it's the same thing like a Jeff Epstein. Like people think it's going to be way bigger than it is, and it's going to be just nothing.
Well,
Above
the-
nothing.
I-
He might go to jail, but there's not like this list that's going to come out that people keep fantasizing about.
Well, the Epstein thing was real, and the list was real.
But I'm saying like
never got
nothing
it.
can. Yes.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I don't think, exactly. Also, yeah, the fact that list has never come out is just insane.
But is again like
Not the Diddy party list. I would have been on it at a Diddy party.
yeah. What does that
What
even
did he
mean?
even do?
I
He
mean,
used a
if-
bunch of oil? I mean, listen.
Okay, so what they accuse him of doing is using his power to coerce people into doing sexual acts.
Let me go ahead and say guilty. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, because that's like that's a
It's
broad
a really hard
brush.
thing to put on paper, and there's always a weird power dynamic when you're talking about people at different levels.
Right.
You know.
But then they had the hotline, and that's where things get screwy.
What are you talking about?
So now
Hotline bling?
a lawyer opened up a hotline. So if Diddy did anything to you, you could call.
dude, like on the radio, have you been molested by Diddy in the
So now all these claims are coming in and like, oh, he did something with a 14-year-old rising rap star. He did, so like now you have to cipher to see what's bullshit.
Oh, well,
but
right.
all that just comes out in the reports. So now it's like
all the stuff about him fucking.
if you
beating
open a
Melanie-
hotline and say, hey, you can get money if you call me and say, but Diddy did something to me. That's where it starts getting muddy because everyone's just gonna fucking call. How can you tell what's
I'll
real?
call
What's
right now.
bullshit? Exactly.
I'll
So it's
call
just
on
like
this gas. We got that 1-800 number.
so. I think it is putting gas on it, but there probably is some. He probably was into some weird shit. Like someone did.
Now, freaky shit or weird shit? Because again, that I think that's another thing I want to.
Yeah,
as a
true.
freak, I just want to stand up for like it isn't illegal to be a freak and to
No.
have freaknik parties and to do all that shit consensually.
Consensually.
But then once you start adding in substances,
Right.
which people do normally,
Well, they said he was
consensually,
sex trafficking.
But that's also a funky term. I sound
Bro,
like I'm.
I looked it up
defending
though, but it has to
Isn't
do
it-
with coercion.
I know.
So yeah, because
It
in my
sounds
brain,
like in sex trafficking you
it
have
sounds like an escort. At first, I was thinking, okay, sex trafficking.
sex trafficking to
could
me
be an escort.
sounds like there's 20 13-year-olds in a trailer
Right.
that you're taking around to be raped.
No,
You know what I
it's-
mean? It just sounds so bad.
It could just be like, hey, you
you flew a
you're in
prostitute
Miami.
somewhere.
Exactly.
You can literally
But that's not sex trafficking. It has to be some type of bullying or coercion.
right with the
Let's look it up. Let's look up the
Look it up real
definition.
quick. Look it up real quick because the power dynamic is tough to you're gonna
Because
have,
I was thinking like
In a case
sex
of-
traffic. He getting charged with sex trafficking, but if everyone's everyone's consensual. Like if you're flying a guy in to fuck your girlfriend,
Whoa.
because that's what they said he was doing. He was flying guys in to fuck Cassie.
For what?
That's
A
what he was
kink?
into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not kink shaming.
Yeah, so he was doing stuff like that, and then but like if he's just doing that,
That don't seem. Yeah, I mean,
human trafficking.
he beat
Human
the-
trafficking is a crime involving the exploit. What's the word?
exploitation.
Yeah, of sex of a person of labor, services, or commercial sex.
What's the word coerced mean? Compelled by
Convinced?
force,
Oh,
violence,
compelled.
intimidation, or authority. Okay, that's what
Yeah.
coerced is. Okay. Because, like, I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't know if
Yeah.
it just meant, like, you know...
Sex trafficking is
Convince.
Yeah,
recruitment,
so-
harboring, transportation, provision, obtaining, patronizing, or soliciting a person for the purpose of commercial sex acts, which is a commercial sex act. What purpose of commercial sex acts in which a commercial sex act? What is a commercial sex act?
Yeah. What's the commercial?
Is induced
part?
by force,
You gotta wear a hard
fraud, or
hat.
coercion. So
Yeah,
it's like you have to be forced, fraud, or so like I
If
guess
you're basically if you're at listen to why this is difficult, and
Okay.
I'm really not trying to take up for him. It's the
no, we're trying to shift through this.
well, and it's the anti-take.
Okay,
It's easy to go, yeah, fuck this guy, right?
Right.
So the other take is just if you're at his level,
because this is his lawyer's take. It's not illegal to be free. That's his lawyer's take.
that,
Like
right? Good. 'Cause
these
that's
are
my take.
consensual adults. This is lawyer's take.
And when you're at this certain level, unless you're fucking people at your level or higher, which is very few and far between at Diddy's level, there's a power dynamic. And you might be fucking him thinking he's going to help you out with some more music. And it's probably not as explicit as like, hey, suck this random guy's dick and I'll give you this record deal. It might just be like, hey, we got a lot of looks coming up. This would be a good look. You know what I mean? It could be something so,
Yeah, but
I know. I'm not saying it's right.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
I'm not saying it's
I
right.
don't know if you want to be on that side, but I get what you're
I'm
saying.
not on that side. I'm just presenting the side.
Okay. Yeah, there is gonna be some.
I don't
stuff.
know the details.
I don't know
If he's sex
the
trafficking
details
and
of
shit-
what I know is mostly just like I don't know what's true or what's not. So we'll see what comes out in court because everything is speculative, and I don't know which is the Fed case or which details are civil cases.
Right.
And then you got all
And that
you
gets
know,
all
and you know the
conflated,
internet's just gonna make a think piece out of whatever's hot.
Well, yeah, they'll just
So
say
now they're like
case.
saying Justin Bieber was a part of his scheme and all this
Getting
other
groomed.
shit. Yeah, I was just we'll see.
Also, it's like in the moment, like if you're a girl and like let's say you've got a career that you're trying to make happen, and you come across with this man, right? And
Harvey
like,
Weinstein.
basically, I
Black
mean,
Widow.
but like
and Disney franchise.
you
What do
would,
all you
you
gotta
would
do is
allow that person potentially to do more or get away with more than a normal person based on, and then you could change your idea on what that was later. Like if
Exactly.
you let that shit
Well, that-
happen
okay,
to you,
right. And
and,
on-
not,
right.
and then you go ahead and like fucking reap the rewards, if you will. I don't feel like then you can then take that fucking thing
But
back
also,
and
if
be
you're
like,
genuinely coerced and
don't-
you're in a place, that's what's tough. It's like,
Yeah.
see, with the Harvey Weinstein 2 thing, which is why it's weird on paper, right? Is he explicitly saying, you'll be Black Widow if you eat my ass until I come? Or is he going like,
oh, it'd all be word of mouth. I don't think it'd be in writing.
that's what I mean, though. But
don't
so
even get it in
what I'm
writing, I
saying,
don't
though,
think.
is if he says something like, yeah, you had a really good audition. We have a lot of really good auditions, and then 5 minutes later is like, God, I'm horny as a motherfucker, And you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good
I
point.
just mean like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
coerce somebody if you're good at
Yeah.
coercion and manipulation. You
'Cause
can
what
do
was
that
the,
without doing it explicitly.
What was the example you gave?
Well, I don't know which
The,
one.
the actress and the role.
Black
Oh,
Widow.
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow, okay, okay.
Disney franchise. You could be a multimillionaire.
So exactly, like, did he have her in mind, or was she that actress the first one to do the thing that he wanted her to do?
Right.
Like, which came first,
Yeah,
kind of a
I
thing.
got you.
Because like usually when you're like making a movie, the writers have fucking people in mind, and then like the people who cast, they have like there's a whole.
I guess
casting.
regardless, it really comes down to that specific
But
interaction.
at the end of the day, yeah, like
yeah, because even if he wanted her there, and then is like also,
So there's a million other girls, like same thing with the Harry Potter kid. There's a billion kids that want to be Harry Potter.
are you saying he got fucked?
I don't know, dude. But like he may have did
Daniel
more.
Radcliffe?
He may have did more than all the
Call
other
the
boys,
hotline,
dude.
call the Diddy
I don't
hotline
know.
if you've been
You know,
molested.
and in your example, like Black Widow did more, or Scarlett Johansson, whoever the fuck it was,
Yeah.
did more.
Yeah.
Whether she was asked or not, I don't know. That's a good question. Was she asked, or
Yeah.
did she know the game?
I don't know.
She
Isn't
fucking
he
went-
free though? Didn't they free him?
I'm not sure.
Didn't they free
There's some-
Cosby?
No, he's still locked up.
Are
Is
we
he?
sure?
Oh, no,
I
Cosby
think
got
Cosby's
out. He might be
Pretty
out.
sure
He might be
Cosby's out. I'll look for.
Because he was like he was touring, I think.
As long as the news cycle's done and they're wanting something different, it's like you might as well be free.
Yeah, because
They
I
can go ahead and let R.
don't
Kelly
know.
out.
What about the other?
Cosby's
Who's the other?
released.
He's Cosby's out.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Louis C.K.
No, the one that was on Netflix had the big show.
It's all
Then blamed it on being gay. He's like, I'm gay. That's
not Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, yeah.
Kevin Spacey is and I don't want to talk about someone who's not here, a lunatic.
Fuck it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's all we do here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, he's a fucking lunatic. Did you see that? Yeah, he's a lunatic.
So what? I was he just cursing some kid, like
Yeah, I
some
think he's-
teenager
I
at a
think-
bar?
yeah.
But wasn't the teenager at a bar or something weird like that?
Yes, and look, I think that he's into fucking young dudes, and but his whole reaction and response to it is what creeped me out. He like did a talk in the voice of the character
yes.
of the show he was doing, House of Cards.
See, that's shit that like that I like Hollywood's weird, right? And there's normal people in it. Like I think like the most normal people are like, they stay out of the limelight, they do little acting roles and get low. But then when you see things like that, you're like, oh, actors are fucked. Like
Dude,
they're all
weird's
fucking
going
weird.
on.
Something weird's going on.
I'm not one of them people.
Because that
who's
guy,
like,
because that is some like, oh, you're not even with us right now. Or when you saw Jim Carrey go through like his psychotic break, where he's just
through.
yeah, where he was just on the he had like that ego death, and he was just on the red carpet. Like,
I
yeah,
love.
why are we here?
I love that he still hit the red carpet.
Yeah,
and
and he like looked like he was walking around staring like, how dumb are you are?
it was so good.
And
He
they're
was
like,
in,
Jim Carrey, how you doing? He's like, I'm fine, nothing matters.
Yeah.
And the lady's
He's
like,
I'm good, but I'm not Jim Carrey. He doesn't even exist, actually. Neither do you. So,
That's
what was the
funny.
next question? I mean, he's literally
Yeah.
going through it. If you look at a lot of that though, now zoomed out, it was pretty profound.
yeah.
Like a lot of the takes. Obviously, the way he did it is crazy.
But I heard he was on a lot of drugs. So
Those
I watched.
Those help.
So I watched. Oh yeah, that I'm saying like prescription drugs and shit. And his
Oh,
girlfriend just died, and his
I know,
girlfriend
suicided herself
right, and his girlfriend's parents were suing
Skeptical.
him
of him.
because they said you're the reason why she got addicted to these drugs. You introduced her to this life, and that's why he was getting sued at the time.
That's a weird lawsuit.
Yeah, it is, but you know how it is. Like
Najee
it's
had me
misplaced
listening-
and
Najee's had me listening to Big X the Plug, and I've been stepping on shit. So.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I did
It's
it-
weird to
yeah.
introduce someone to something and then they
I'm
run
suing
with
King
it.
Von because I did a drill.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
But yeah. So they
By
were
the way,
suing
Big X the Plug, fire.
Fire, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's independent. No
Yeah.
major label.
he's like the black Mexican OT.
Yeah, no major label. So you know he's getting hella money.
Yeah,
I think he has a show.
he did Theo Vaughn's podcast.
For real?
I swear, a week after
Oh,
you
yeah,
told
yeah, I
me
think
about
I
him, a week after I've ever heard this guy's name ever, I listened to his shit. I'm like, this is fire.
Uh-huh.
And then I see him on Theo's podcast. But of course, he's on Theo's podcast.
Yeah, Theo's tapped in.
Yeah,
But
he had Donald Trump and Big X the Plug on his podcast both this year.
yeah,
He's all over the place.
Yeah,
And hella
Donald Trump's
doctors.
podcast run was.
Smart.
I think it was very smart. I think that might have been one of the difference makers. But I do think
He didn't say a thing though.
you know what someone. You know what's no. But you know what someone said that I didn't really think about. You don't ever really hear like Republicans or Republican candidates, like anybody in that party, like push to go out and vote. Like they already know their guys are gonna go out and fall in line. You know what I mean? Like when you hear about like the "Go Vote" like slogan and it's always like the Democrats
Interesting.
because those like Democrats, I don't know if they always don't fall in line with their party, and I think that's the Democratic Party's fault because they rather pick they don't let the people pick. They pick whoever the donors pick.
Yeah.
Like the Hillary Clinton thing, that should have been Bernie's. Like that got stolen from Bernie.
Yeah. It seems more.
And-
It seems more machine.
It seems more machine. So that's why I feel like they have to go vote, go vote, go
also,
vote.
you know, not to go on this take that's been said a trillion times, but it's like a lot of the principles have kind of swapped.
Yeah.
Like the party
Oh,
of free speech and shit
Mhm.
like that. Like the whole thing about free speech is like,
Even the working class.
Yeah.
If you look at the working class, like that used to be like like now people like feel like I feel like that party the Dems got too caught up in social politics
and the pandering and shit.
and lost their base. And the pandering and the internet telling them that this like
yeah.
I feel like what makes America great is us balancing each other out. So I just feel like they went too far this way.
Yeah. Well, I think so.
And then I feel like
for someone like me who doesn't like look at a lot of politics, I believe in certain things in an extreme way. I believe in freedom of speech to the point of like, I think you should be legally allowed to yell fire in a movie theater. I think you should be legally allowed to incite a riot or call for the death of the president. I think that you should be able to say whatever you want out of your mouth. Now, if someone does that, they're dumb. They deserve the charge, right?
Yeah, but you're an anarchist.
Not quite. But I'm just saying, though, the problem with letting the government decide what's inciting violence is like, no government wants you to start a revolution, right? But that's just assuming that the government is always going to be benevolent and good. Now, if the government becomes horrifically tyrannical, it would be important for us to have free speech to say, like, no, fuck all that. We should be marching on this shit. Yeah. And you're not even allowed to say that type of shit. And it's like, at the end of the day, someone said to me, like, and I don't vote. I don't believe in it. I don't believe either one of them. They both suck. My thing is, when someone was like, whoever's attacking the things like free speech, be wary of. No matter what party it is. Like this person was like an independent telling me like, all I'm saying is like whoever's going to be the one who's trying to censor the word is who you need to watch out for. And it's like, I don't know how true that is, but that was definitely the Democratic side in their collusions with the social media and all this. Now, I also am kind of from the belief that even if the Republicans were in charge at that time, the same censorship happens. I genuinely feel like, I hate to talk about like the deep state and shit, but who's writing the teleprompters? Right. Like the person saying the shit is just saying the shit. It's who's writing the teleprompters, who's padding their pockets, lobbyists, is free bribes. It's too far gone to me. So I don't vote, and people say you have no right to complain because you don't vote, and I'm like, you don't have no right to complain because you vote. Like the whole thing is fucked.
Yeah.
But that's an easy take to have. That's another thing. It's a cowardly take, right? To go like, oh,
I don't vote.
Both sides suck. I don't vote.
So because then if, like, I think we had this conversation before, because like, if everybody is like you, then no one's voting. And we're just going, all right, well, you guys pick.
Well, right. To not play at all tells them they can do whatever they want. Right. Even though they're already doing that. But it just tells them even more.
Yeah, to a level. And I get your point of not voting, but I just feel like it's the least we can do. You know, I feel like people don't appreciate our country that we live in.
That's what a guy that I respect was telling me recently. He was like, you should go just check it out. Go to the voting thing.
Just go, because I feel like being part of America, like there's guys that just complain and do nothing. They don't give blood, never active military. They don't vote. They don't do any charity work. They just live in this country. They just live in this country and complain about it. And this is like, you're not even doing your part to make this a better place. Not even a little bit. Like, the least you can do is vote. Do I believe, like, okay, like, gerrymandering is fucked and, like, it doesn't really speak to your city? Or because, like, I believe Maryland is dark red. But Baltimore City's right there. So it's going to get blue every time. But in reality, like, everywhere surrounding it is most, like, you see Trump. This is Trump's America right here. You know what I mean? But because there's Baltimore City, because there's Baltimore City, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't get that. And I understand why people are like, there's no point in voting, blah, blah, blah. But again, there's people that are literally risking their life to keep this thing. The least you can do is vote. Give blood every once in a while.
People are risking
donate, go to Salvation Army, give some fucking shit
My
away.
little argument there would be, and this is, again, my extremist bullshit, but it's like, the people who are fighting for this to stay what it is aren't fighting for this to stay what it is. They're fighting for more power, greed, domination, foreign policy, overthrowing other government. True. God damn. Damn, that was a bar.
It's the same
because it is. The truth no one wants to look at is that's what keeps a country in power, is to rape and pillage other countries. I mean, it's fucked up. It's terrible. But we're the CIA, all the three-letter.
Do you want to pay more for bananas or not?
No.
Or do you want to just go fucking take the Philippines? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just this.
I can't spend $50
do you want
on
it?
eggs.
Do you want to? Do you want sugar for cheap? Then we gotta go take the fucking Puerto Rico. It's just like, this is just the way of the land. This is just how it is.
Trump said something about going against the cartels, though. Like,
see, that's gonna be dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's also like,
because that's basically going war. You said what? Keep my vote back. Keep my vote back. No. Yeah, because that's like going. You're just going. That's like declaring war.
to a military.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing about
A t-
cartels. Like the Bloods
a
and
military / terrorist organization,
Crips, right? That's the thing.
And they have too easy access to us. They
have,
could really shake some shit up.
and they have like the thing is about
that's the war that's Al Qaeda right at our doorstep.
Exactly, dead ass. And the fucked up thing is like the war on localized gangs in America. You look at Chicago, it's like this is terrible. This is a war zone. Look at Juarez.
Yeah.
Like this seems bad, but these guys have switches on their Glocks and they're shooting like this. These motherfuckers have RPGs. They have tanks. They have better stuff than politicians. You get a cartel leader and try to take him to the police station. Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
They're killing all of you.
And they're not going to stop till you free them.
They're going to cut your heads off. And
they're
killing.
They're going on a killing spree until you free who they want free.
It's different. It's a whole different thing.
It's different.
It's different out here.
But like, what are we going to do?
Get high, chill.
So it hands up on our doorstep.
Yeah.
I think like, go get yourself a gun and get ready for war. It's like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Look, if we can give you any advice, it's go get a ghost gun off the internet, buy 80%er, finish it yourself. You don't no serial number. You take the gun, you make sure it works, you put it in your mouth. No, do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's wild. So, Mike, what is your earliest memory?
Oh shit. Let's see here. Earliest memory. I have fuck, dude. I don't know exactly. So there's this gross memory I have of me as I don't know how
Always
young.
traumatic. Everybody I've asked.
I'm in a bathroom and I don't know. I pick up shit. Like I'm picking up shit. I think it's my own shit. Yeah, I know. But I think
just was not expecting.
I know no one is.
Even when you said I'm in the bathroom, I'm like, all right, okay.
okay.
Right.
Bathroom.
So like I don't know why I have this memory, but like, and
I know why
then I
you
have
have
this memory of one of the parents coming in and being like, no, like that's
no.
don't whatever the fuck I was doing with it was like. I don't think I was eating it or anything.
Sure.
But I think I
No
was
matter
just
what
like
you're doing with
playing
it,
with- yeah,
if you're
dude.
doing anything with it other than excrementing,
I believe that's my earliest memory.
Wow.
Yeah.
I took you so long to make friends.
Najee, his hands still kind of smell shitty. I don't know what he's up to.
Shit hand guy.
Najee, you text
Cause
me.
okay, teachers are just people. So imagine that teacher going home that day and being like, go home to her husband and be like, guess what the fuck I did today? That's what these little motherfuckers got into in the bathroom. He was squeezing his own
Oh, Jesus
shit
Christ.
like a tension ball.
Pretty sure this is at home. I think I'm pretty sure. With
I heard
my
about.
parents,
I've
but-
heard about a
yeah.
full-grown adult doing that, tripping balls, like tripping so hard that he's just like, "What is this shit?" He shit in the toilet. He's like, "That everyone's so scared of." Like grabbed it and like pulled it apart. He's
You're
like, "This
full-grown.
is mine,"
That's you.
No,
Mine.
I would
You're
admit
full-grown
it.
adult.
I would admit it. I won't say his name, but he's been on the podcast. Shout out. You texted me a couple days ago. You said, "What's your earliest memory?" And I said, "Being brutally molested." Next question. And you hit me with it. What you hit me with got me. You go, "That's all for today. Thanks."
Yeah.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah, I
thanks.
think that's it for today.
But no, that wasn't really my first memory. My first. Also, it's hard to tell because
Which one was your first? Like, which one was which age? That was me. Like, damn, was that before that or after that?
Yeah. My shit was like, and also I look at pictures from that time and act like I might remember that.
Right.
But there's a weird thing the brain does like that, right? Do I remember that? Do I remember the picture of my mom telling me about what that was? I'm not sure. What's your earliest memory?
So I got two earliest memories. I don't know which one's which.
Playing with Mike's shit.
No,
Dude.
I remember some girl taking her flip flop off and whooping my ass, and I feel like I was like 5 when that happened. But I also remember going to this daycare and they had, those cars that like you'd peel back and they'd go forward. Like
Yeah.
There was this Robin. There was just like a Batman and Robin toy that I used to play with every fucking day. And I can't remember if I was like 4 or 5, but it was like I would run and make sure it was there every day. Like it was the highlight of my daycare day. And that's like, I think that's like my earliest memory.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that you're mentioning that, I remember in kindergarten doing a puzzle. Tony Bontrager, I don't know if we have to
Whoa,
bleep that
names.
or what, but Tony Bontrager walks over and he knocks my puzzle on the ground and I bite him. And I remember that being one of my first times I've gotten in trouble.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it's always like linked to like, usually it's linked to like something.
Like that.
Yeah.
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 That's how the
like
brain
traumatic.
works too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well,
biter.
also, it's just like, I've talked about it before, but The birthday thing, we're just taking their word for it.
What do you mean?
I don't know when I was born.
Oh,
I
don't think we've ever talked about
People
that.
are like, "When's your birthday?" I'm like, according to Sheila, it's November 13th. But one day I was just 4.
What was that guy that was holding contempt of court because he was a sovereign citizen?
Oh, they do that all the time. The sovereign citizen thing is so funny.
Yeah.
I'm actually not driving officer. I'm traveling.
Yeah.
They're like, "Bro, we're not playing this game. Get out before we beat the fuck out of you."
Right. Yeah. Those are funny. But some guy was just like in court and they're like, "Are you blah blah blah?" He's like, "No, I'm not him.
I'm not even a
I'm
citizen.
in place. Yeah, I'm in place of him in this place. Blah blah blah." He like got locked up or something.
They always get locked up as sovereign citizens.
Yeah, but don't they have like laws for them to where they can do shit and you can't leave them alone?
I think that's a myth.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe it was a thing for like
you
a
saw
year.
so many videos of them getting locked up. It's like it has to be not true.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think it worked 1 or 2 times, right? And then everyone heard about it on those auditing.
Because I watched the video of like they're like, well, he's
It
a
working?
sovereign. Yeah,
I
he's a
know.
sovereign citizen, so we gotta leave him alone.
I've seen one of those and 40 of them getting locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it seemed like that timeline where it was like the cops didn't know what to do with it because it was like written in real legal. You know, they're like, actually, no, because I'm this and not that. I actually don't subscribe to this. I'm not that. You know, and some of the cops were just like,
so what
"Bro,
is
go
that?
home."
Do you don't have to pay taxes or
I
something?
have no fucking clue. It's not real. I don't think.
It's not. It can't be. It's just
I don't even know.
some idiot said one day, "I'm a sovereign citizen."
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we worried about Roe versus Wade? We should get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
So people stop saying it.
Yeah. Well, abortions are illegal in this country now. Apparently.
Yeah.
Is that true or what? What's the one with abortions?
So
People are big on the
here's
abortions
this.
thing,
Here's
which I get.
let's all as a group of males. Let's all talk about it.
Yeah,
Fuck
as
yeah,
a group
fuck
of
yeah.
men.
I got opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, in my opinion, it's a civil right, and I feel like you're going backwards when you take it away. Whatever. Leave it up to the states. If you're really gonna leave it up to the states and let the people pick, I kind of sort of get that. But if, in my opinion, if it's a civil right, you don't do that. It's just the same thing as like when they did the slavery thing.
Well, that's
Well,
what
we'll
gets
leave it up
weird
to a
about the
state.
states versus the federal.
Yeah, it's like
When
we're gonna
the
leave it up to the
state's like-
states.
Well, it's even
like-
the weed stuff, right? A state's like, yeah, it's legal here. The federal's like, yeah, no, you can't bank with it.
Yeah,
We didn't say it's legal.
right.
We're okay with you making it. It's like, what are we doing?
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I did hear a case about where this is where it gets screwy, right? Because when usually the triggering point of like the abortion thing is like you don't people thinking it's used as birth control, and they don't want people to do that
Well, what they do is they go like, here's the 2 things.
or late term.
Here's the 2 things. 3 things.
Okay.
Thank you. But yeah, it's you know, oh, so you just want the people who are don't want abortion, right? Don't want it to be a thing. They're just like, yeah, people are just going to be getting knocked up left and right and use it as birth control.
Right.
And then the people who are against it or for it are like, what if you're raped as a 10-year-old and get pregnant? They're both just so
Yeah,
extreme.
extremes, right.
Where there are anomalies,
Mhm.
and they do happen, and we should have to discuss what happens in those cases. But can we not act like it's
Those are
just
every day.
12-year-olds getting raped and then people getting pregnant every 9 months or every 4 months or whatever the fuck?
Right.
that-
So
There's
here's
a
what
big in between.
here's what like
I'm, by the way, pro
here's what
dead baby.
here's what like made me like rethink the whole thing. Right. There was a case in Texas where this woman had a miscarriage, right? And she was internally bleeding, but the baby had a heartbeat. The doctor was handcuffed because their laws, the baby still has, it was going to die, but it's because it had some type of heartbeat. She couldn't operate until that baby was all the way gone. She was handcuffed. Couldn't do anything.
You could
Soon
like,
as-
push the patient down or anything?
Soon as the baby died, because it was a miscarriage, they knew it was going to be a miscarriage. They got the baby out. They couldn't control the woman's bleeding. She died. And it's like, what are we doing?
That's crazy.
What are we doing?
I-
I feel like we're going backwards if shit like that's starting to happen. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, I agree. I honestly think as long, and listen, I know it'll sound crazy, right? Because everyone has to draw the line. At what point is it a life? Listen, until it comes out of this person, it's that person's.
Yeah.
And it's that person's choice. That's just how I feel.
Right.
That's just how
And
I
I
feel.
get the other side too.
I do too. That's why it's such a never-ending argument.
It's a never ending.
I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is my body, my life. It should be up to me with what I do.
And
with
I
it.
just feel like health wise, like that situation, this is someone that wanted to have the kid.
Right.
And now that didn't work out, which is already traumatic enough, and like her husband or her she's a mother. She could be a mother. She could be someone else's significant other or cousin or whatever. And she didn't. That's a life that could have been saved. but because that doctor was handcuffed and couldn't do anything because of these new laws, which in some states weren't even voted in.
Right.
They just bills were signed. So now you're saying you're leaving it up to the states' rights,
I
and
like
people
how
aren't
they do
even
that with
voting.
most things too.
Yeah,
They're
they're
like,
just
this thing was
signing
written
in.
into this bill. And
Yeah.
people will vote on a bill. The bill's 47 pages long, written in legal jargon. And they're like, this is pro weed or against weed. And then you say it, and then it's like, oh, you also signed up
For
it.
like a billion other things.
That's why it's like to act like anyone knows. The people who we're talking about it as if we don't know, because
Right.
we don't. But to act like, dude, when my friends act like they know what's going on with foreign policy, it makes me want to lay my face on a hot stove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, what are you?
I know
talking
you
about?
because I know enough because I like listen to a lot. I like tap in. I listen to it and I like know enough.
Charlemagne is not fucking governmental advice.
No, I listen to enough to know that I don't know anything, and
Right.
majority of people don't really know anything.
Yeah,
But it's
and
like
they couldn't. I mean, how could?
But
they?
perception
It's not
is
their
but
fault.
perception is a reality. One thing that Charlemagne does say is that people don't care about people don't remember what they heard. They remember how they felt.
That's why narratives are so important.
Yes.
That's why pulling on those heartstrings is so
Yes.
important. That's why it's if Kamala wins, the immigrants are going to come in and rape your family,
Mhm.
right? And if Trump wins,
We're gonna have money again because last time he was here,
yeah,
even though everyone got stimulus checks from the federal government, PPP loans, everyone had money in their pocket. That's what I remember. That's what I felt.
yeah.
I felt like
How
we
did
were
you
doing
feel?
better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's like, yeah. And Kamala was Kamala. Kamala was too close to Biden's administration, and it feels like everyone's broke. You know the price of eggs, and that's another thing that they tried to like gaslight. Like, inflation's down, things are getting better. It's like, yeah, like stock markets, but like stock markets aren't helping me feed my family.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like you could say that, but like you said,
Tesla stock jumped 40% when Donald Trump won.
Bitcoin went up 20,000.
It's crazy.
But I mean,
Yeah, of course. And it's not because of Trump. It's like,
yeah,
you can't be like, thanks to him.
right.
It's thanks to how people feel about him. That's the whole thing. It's genuinely not about policy normally.
No, it'll balance out. You know how this shit goes. But it's a good headline.
Yes,
perception,
The
like you
headlines
said.
are fire.
Perception.
Let
is
me
real.
ask you this. Speaking of trauma and children a little bit ago, do you think that the Disney adults have trauma?
Like,
You know what I mean by Disney adults?
Yes,
Okay.
100%,
Okay.
1,000%.
Right. Everyone I think knows what I mean when I say Disney adults.
Yeah,
I don't mean the person who's like excited to go see the new Lion King, or whatever. I mean like, the 48-year-old woman named Stephanie that has like the Tinkerbells as stickers on her car or for her lunchbox, right? With no kids. It's not like, oh, my kid liked this, right? Like I don't know if there's a deep-seated trauma there or there's just this weird nostalgia itch that nothing else can itch, but it freaks me out.
I would like to think
We have a friend who goes to Disney World 3 times a month.
Yeah, every other weekend,
Dude, it's
like an Ocean City trip.
I thought it was a joke. People were like sending it to me when it happens, and I'm like, this can't be again.
Yeah,
This is a picture from before. And they're like, no. And every time the guy's wearing a shirt, it's like, this bitch made me wear this. It may as well have Mickey Mouse ears and say, yeah, this fucking bitch made me wear this shirt.
All right.
And then she has a shirt that's like, that's the dickhead I made wear the shirt.
So let me shoot him.
But they're adorable when they're writing.
Okay, yeah, let's shoot
They
him
are.
some bail.
Of course. Please.
Maybe. Okay, I like to think of it this way. When I was younger, I couldn't, like, my parents weren't buying me Jordans. So when I had the opportunity to start buying J's, I got all the J's that I wanted when I was younger because I have money now.
I'm interested in to see how you connect this.
Maybe when they were younger, they wanted to go to Disney World, but it wasn't feasible for them. Now they're at this point in their adulthood, before kids, they could go to Disney and do the things they couldn't do when they were younger.
You go
because they have
once.
the
I
money.
feel like that works.
You listen. If that's the case, you do it
But
once.
you would have to buy the kid shoes then, right? Because it'd be the shoes you would have wanted when you were a kid. So like,
No, you get them for
Just the
you get them for
brand.
you get the
yourself.
adult version of the kid shoes you liked when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Jordan 6s were Jordan 6s then than Jordan 6s now.
Okay.
I just
so
feel like shoes are
now-
more adult than Disney is.
Well, so then
that's my
in
problem with
in that,
the
in that analogy.
Yeah, that's my
in
only
that
issue.
analogy, you get older and you go, "Oh, I can spend money on like a theme park for adults."
It's like when people buy
You know?
Pokemon
Vegas.
cards now.
Yeah.
Like if you buy $100,000 Charizard card,
True.
I guess it's like
I
that.
always
I
wanted
get
a
it
Charizard.
to a point. Like I think it's crazy. I don't get
Maybe.
it.
Yeah, I get it. Like mine's is like a very basic level because like you get like you're just buying shoes, you know. But going on and those trips are expensive.
Yeah.
And like instead of going to like an island or something.
Yeah, and again,
Yeah,
if
dude.
it's
That's the thing with all the children and shit around, like I get to be like into like kid shit, nostalgia, all that shit's real. But like we were talking about Power Rangers the other day, there's no reason why like someone outside of 5 to like 9 should still be interested in Power Rangers. There's other shows that are like Power Rangers, like X-Men, Spider-Man, whatever. There's the next step, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason to stay
yeah,
in that fucking.
and there's the next step for adults.
Right.
Yeah, but they're 100%. All I would say about the Disney thing is like it's like high budgeted songs that people could be like interested in. It might not even be the storyline. All the storylines are the same. It's just the fucking. It's like the hero's journey, just over
Yeah.
and over and over
Yeah,
again. It's
which
not
is a
that much,
narrative way older than Disney.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is more than just Disney. It's
It makes ways. It makes sense.
yeah.
It speaks to something in our human nature.
Speaking of, like, you guys know about Kimba the White Lion?
No.
Okay, so the Lion King is a complete ripoff.
Oh, I do know about
of a
it.
Japanese
I heard of that, yeah.
thing called Kimba the White Lion, and even some of the names that of the characters they took, just ripped straight.
That's
from.
crazy. They wouldn't at least change the name.
Well, to be fair, like a lot of what Disney is like Sleeping Beauty. They didn't write that. That's some old shit from like public domain that they just repurposed as something that all
Cosby
half
was
of those
obsessed with that,
stories.
and there's the problem.
Oh God,
That-
he's out of jail.
That's what I'm saying. It
He's
comes
out of
full
jail.
circle.
Weinstein's not out of jail. So like, let's. I don't know. I guess it's
Yeah.
fine to sleep your girl. Never mind. That's fucked up.
She's not conscious. She shouldn't. She couldn't say no.
How did she know it happened? No, I'm sorry.
That's how. Yo,
It's a bad
that's
dream,
crazy.
honey.
I'm so dumb.
That's all Hannibal Buress' fault.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
dude.
the Cosby
The
thing.
Philly
Let me
thing.
ask
or
you
what?
this:
I think it was a Philly.
the guy who came on here. You listen to that podcast, The Prison Man. Guilty or what? Some people were asking me after. I obviously am. a
He
benefit
got
of-
visibly annoyed when you asked him.
Oh my
You
god,
you
dude!
saw
I'm
the-
so
He
happy you
got
didn't say that in the
visibly
beginning.
annoyed.
Listen, if
If
you
you
haven't
did that at
s-
the beginning,
if you haven't seen the
You
episode,
wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been an episode.
no, the energy would have been.
it's so
fucked.
funny because he was telling me that's what he wanted to say in the very beginning
Before
before
he
we
even-
started, and he
before he
happened to
even-
forget. He just forgot.
Before he even came, I was like, I need to ask him, like, kind of cheeky
Uh-huh.
if he did it.
I'm so glad you waited till the end.
Yes, me too. Did you act? See how it looked?
Okay. Can we break down the case again?
Yeah. So if you haven't heard the episode, it's episode 43.
44.
44.
We'll do a cliff
Ep-
notes of it.
Yes, we will. Episode 44. I had a guy on who, a wonderful man who came on named John Huffington, who spent 32 years of his life behind bars for a crime that he was convicted to be guilty of, then later exonerated from.
Right. So
Incredible podcast, incredible story. Check out his book. He's the man. Hire him for a speaking event.
he went to the house. No, the guy went to the house and killed 2 people.
Which, by the way, can we talk about how OD killing the woman was?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
She was sleeping.
She was sleeping.
She was taking a little sleepy.
She was sleeping. Why'd you have to do that?
What?
So-
Oh, at least her 6-year-old was in the next room. Like, bro, that was dark. That was the first time I heard that. You could tell my genuine reaction. I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A dead adult's one thing. The 6-year-old finding his dead mother
Right.
is another.
Monster. So then his homeboy, unbeknownst to him, his homeboy hits him up and says, "Hey, will you be my alibi?"
Alibi.
But like, how do the cops not? Do they not care? Is it one of those situations where the DA is like, "This is our guy," and no matter what?
No, they got them both.
Oh, they got them both.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Dean. Well, he didn't want to talk a lot about.
Oh, but the other guy.
got 1 life sentence or
Got
got
one life.
convicted of one of the
So
murders.
they ended up saying they both did it.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, what was his connection to the dude that died?
They had hairs on the body that were his
Uh-huh.
until DNA said they weren't his. Microscopic evidence said they were 98% his. But then he talks about it. The whole FBI hair lab is a huge scam.
It's a huge scam.
Because
I
it was-
heard that too. Before.
Which, by the way, they didn't know it at the time. I think they were genuinely believing the science. I don't think
Right.
the FBI is out here just framing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think the FBI is like, this is what the science says. Then new science comes out and it's like, that science is bullshit, you
Yeah.
know? So the fingerprint on the bottle that was used to bludgeon the woman.
Right. And he's saying that was
Maybe
his
I
favorite.
moved it. Maybe, yeah. I was there. It was a centerpiece, you know. Maybe I had moved it at some point.
Look, if it was
Okay.
one fingerprint, like that to me tells me no way, dude. If you're bludgeoning anyone with a bottle, like they'd find more than one print. They'd
I don't
find
know
a
if they specified
palm.
how many
They'd find
prints there
something.
were.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay.
It
I
could have
thought
been
he
more
said
than
one.
It was
All
at
right.
least one. They were just saying your fingerprints were found
Fair.
on this thing.
Uh,
My thing that is tough is like when he was smiling at his mom
right.
in court. Do you remember this?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he said he smiled at his mom.
I mean, you know, I get what he was saying though. Like,
I definitely get it. I just think that if they're painting me out to be this
you're
murderer,
angry.
and I've never
I
murdered
mean, I
anyone.
know you'd be furious.
Oh, you think? I
I
genuinely don't.
I think you'd be furious.
I think I'd feel so
I
much
think-
compassion for that family.
No, I'm talking about if you went into an interrogation room
Oh,
and
livid.
that's what I'm saying. And they're
Livid.
they're hinting at you being this thing.
livid. I get that. I mean,
feel
in the
like,
courtroom, he said he turned to smirk at his mother
I
to
think
let
that
her know it was
adds
going to be okay.
to his credibility, actually.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like if he was guilty and he knew he was guilty, like he'd know that fucking family is what they're going through, blah blah blah. If he's just a fucking innocent person, like, yeah, like you're just gonna be you. Like,
yeah, but if
you're
you're
not
guilty
thinking,
and you're like,
but
fuck that.
why would he think about them if he wasn't guilty?
What
And
do you
you're-
mean?
and
He didn't do it. Why would he even think about whether he was smirking, smiling, whatever the
'Cause
fuck?
you're in court.
He's not fucking
You're
guilty.
in court for it.
But you're not guilty in your head,
Right.
right? Like he's an innocent
I
man.
think you have a
being
level of
fucking
compassion
falsely
that this
accused.
guy might not, that normal
Yeah,
people
my
might
heart
not have.
We'll go out to. I guess if they're painting me as the monster and
Right.
stuff.
You're not even
the
thinking about
monster
that level of
you're
compassion.
not. You're not thinking about that fucking family. You got shit to fucking do. You got shit to think
Well, your
about.
life's on the line. Yeah.
If you had killed that fucking family, maybe you think about that a little bit. You know? I don't know.
I get that. I
but
get that.
like
take.
you're not I think that's the farthest thing from your fucking mind right now. Like you're dude, you're in trouble for some
Yeah.
shit.
But it's easy for you to get paid as a psychopath for smiling and all
Sure,
that.
sure,
And then
sure.
getting into
That's easy. Yeah,
getting into it with the family.
Bro, the hacksaws and catching the escape charge and shit.
yeah, that's
wow.
wild too.
Bro, that was a great podcast.
Yeah, I'm surprised more people don't try to escape from prison. I'm sure it should be. I feel like it'd be like every day.
Well, I think that not everyone will have someone smuggle them in a hacksaw blade, a diamond hacksaw blade. You know what I mean? Like it does take a little bit. Like they want to, but they have bars for a reason. Like they also know people are going to want to, so they put these measures in place. If you try to escape by like banging your head against the wall, you're not going to get an escape charge.
Right.
You get an escape charge if you almost got the fuck out or got the fuck out. You know, and he almost got the fuck out. So. You know, his fingerprints were on the outside of the window. That's how close he was. And then they charged him with that 5 years, but concurrently. You know, you can charge him consecutively, which has to go on at the end. And then he
Right.
would have had to stay an extra 5 years.
Even if he got
after.
out.
You know, that also feels like a pre-camera thing. Like his story doesn't feel like it should be possible. Like there's no reason
It
why
is a wild story.
for any prisoner to be able to get out of your cage. Fine, let's just get past that part and be in any room in the entire place, let alone sawing at a bar that's making noise the entire time.
Yeah.
Like there's no cameras on you, there's no like sensors, there's no
Yeah.
motion, there's no guards walking. You had enough time to go through a bar.
Yeah.
That couldn't have taken no time.
Well, I think what he was saying was he would work at the bar.
And then go hide?
Yeah, well, listen, he would work at the bar before he got out of his cage. He'd work at the bar for a while. And then because you could see that it was cut, he
Sure.
would mix water and ash
Yep,
and
I got
cover
that.
up the burrs.
Fine. But once you're out, because he was out the cage. That was
Yes,
when he
but
was
didn't
getting
make
out
it-
of the
But
cage.
he didn't make it out of that part.
So he got out of the cage. He gets over to the other part where he get to the
I
window.
love that he's calling the cell the cage.
Well,
I mean,
what
yeah,
is
no,
it?
it
Let's-
genuinely
let's-
is.
yeah, that's
it
what
is.
we're doing.
It's just funny, yeah.
I don't think he did it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's just fun to talk about,
Yeah.
fun to discuss.
Yeah.
I think he's innocent.
I
And
think he's innocent too.
also to write a book called Innocent and then like to go do all these speaking, you'd have to be a real psychopath to have done a double homicide and then it's been like, let me go teach cops
Wow.
about. But that
well,
is
some people he might convince him. Like psychopaths will.
they can compartmentalize.
I know some pathological liars that
Mm.
you know what I mean. They'll convince themselves that. I mean, you see Casey Anthony. You know what I mean? She took him to. she took him to some place that she said she worked and walked all the way to the back of the warehouse and then turned around and said, smiled and said, I don't work here. Like, what in the fuck? Her shit is wild. I like watch something on her, like the actual details, because I remember at the time I was like, you get like the cliff notes of it,
and we were a little younger, and also the docs and YouTube shits weren't out like that,
right?
So you get to see it back, and you go,
yeah, how did they fumble this?
What are we talking about?
How did this get fumbled?
That's an OJ case right there.
100%.
Back to John for a second. With that, like, so I don't know if he got his shit expunged. I think he said he didn't.
Hey,
but he
did you?
oh god, yeah, god.
Did you ever look that up and like see the parallels of the case?
Of his case?
Of his case.
I fact checked all of it.
Oh, okay.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, right? He could have just been saying anything. Yeah, I was taking his word for it. He seemed pretty honest. And another thing, though, is listen.
Because we don't know what he could have been telling the truth, but he could have been leaving out shit.
Of course. And here's another thing, bro. I don't care how street-oriented you are. You're on trial for a double homicide at 18 years old, and you're like, I ain't ratting. On this guy I don't like, who has got me caught up in a double murder?
He ratted on me.
I mean, you just got to be the realest motherfucker alive.
Gotta be. Realer than me.
When I was bringing up gangs, and he's like, bro, the guys who started that gang, I raised them.
Yeah.
You heard him say that? A little homophobe, like, God damn, I'm talking with a ball.
But what were you saying?
So with the expungement, basically from what I understand is when you have something expunged, you can now, not only is it doesn't show up on any of your shit, if anyone actually knew about you, you can deny that it ever happened. Like for some reason legally, I guess when they decide that your shit doesn't, as far as I understand, that's what my lawyer told me.
Though, right? If it's
then.
Completely expunged, you can be like, yeah, no.
And so at that point, maybe you're just acting as if, I don't know. I don't remember exactly why I brought that back up, but
yeah,
expungement.
Hell of an episode.
Important.
This is fun,
dude. I don't even know how
what
we
a story. To even try to condense it into 2 hours was tough.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, that was one that I feel like a lot of people are looking forward to.
Yeah, I hope everyone listens to it. I need to. Yeah, I want everyone. When people are like, "What episode should I listen to?" I'm like, literally only 44.
No, the Swinger one was good too.
The only issue though
that's
is
the ones I like because those are like some like, you can listen to a lot of podcasts and see people busting balls and doing this shit. You know what I mean? But those like informative ones where you're getting like this. I'm like real big on like world building, so they're taking me into a world that I know nothing about.
Right.
I love that's like I feel like that's what I love. Like that's why I've been getting into history more. It's like getting put in this world where like the times are different and like and then expanding from there. So those are like good episodes. I like anytime any podcasts are like that.
Yeah, I like talking to someone who just has their own shit going on.
Yeah,
or where it's just an organic flow and it feels good. I can chop it up.
Yeah,
but it is nice when someone has like Paul had a bunch of hobbies he was really into. It was he's into drifting and simulation
car drifting.
Yeah, and then simulation car drifting, which is a whole other thing. And then making beer and then do all the stuff he's doing. He's in. He don't got kids.
Nice.
Yeah, when you don't have kids, you can have hobbies. Enjoy in your life.
You can look for your purpose.
Yeah. And you'll never find it.
Oh,
but here we are.
Mine's is at Pfeiffer's.
Fuck Pfeiffer. The fact that you can text me and be like, Najee texted me, a couple months back and was like, sent me a case search, of charges, and then he just goes, guess who? And I named
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I named 3 people, and I got it on one of them. And the fact that like, dude, it's just the whole thing was so funny to me. Like the fact that like he sent this, I looked at the charges. I was able to guess 3 usual suspects.
Dude, we should make this an episode. We'll blur every name.
Yeah.
But then we just have a game where it's like three.
Bro, and it's just like, yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
The case search is crazy. You can just see everyone's public shit,
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is wild. I wonder how that came to be. Like
The
we
case
deserve.
search stuff?
Yeah.
I think it's like a public record search or something.
Because I get like sex
Businesses?
offenders list.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
What? How big it is?
Yeah. Or if you just type it in, I see like people I graduated high school with.
Yeah. I watched a video
child porn.
today.
I'm like, what the fuck? I see one. I went to high school with that motherfucker.
I heard you could get on there if you just pissed in public.
I heard that too.
That's
That-
what all,
but
that's what
this
all the
one-
molesters say.
That's
need
what
to
all the
know they-
molesters say.
all the
because
the
you can
worst
see the
pieces in the
charge.
world are like, I was peeing behind a gas station.
Okay,
This little
okay.
7-year-old came up and sucked my dick. I was just minding my own business. Like, it just always seems like
Yeah, because you can see the
there's,
charges.
You know,
Okay, that's
three,
good.
And I don't see no,
three out
I
of
don't see no public
3,300.
pissing or
Cool,
nothing like
cool.
that.
Maybe they have to
Urination.
be
I
like-
don't see no public urination on none of
Yes.
those charges.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
public urination on a playground.
Well,
or
yeah,
something
but
like
it's
that.
like a
Like,
lewd
gotta-
act in a
sure.
public
Yeah.
person.
But you can
worded
also get on
different.
there for fucking hookers, like in a sting operation.
Really?
Sex offender for that.
Damn.
So like
That's
no one would
dirty.
ever think about a sexual offender for like adult.
So anytime I
Sex,
see
I feel
somebody,
Consensual
so anytime I
sex,
see somebody in like a neon shirt, like he was just fucking a hooker. Like they'll have their mugshot and it'll be like a neon construction shirt,
just
and
got off
it'll
work.
say like it'll be like it won't say like child pedophile. It'll say some charge. I'm like, oh, he was just fucking a hooker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
just
But I
seen
know a guy that got caught in a sting operation. I went to high school with him, and he's on that list.
at a massage parlor.
Nah, he's a hotel.
Damn.
I know, 2 consenting adults. It's so stupid.
That's crazy.
It's not. It's like, wow, we really did our jobs, clean up the streets today.
Yeah.
It's like
These
if they
guys
stuck a
fought-
camera in that room and say this is for OnlyFans, and now all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
good.
You know,
Like now all of a sudden it's cool.
the cops are locking them up. Like, you know how we fuck, but do it for free. This piece of shit,
Yeah,
not doing it for free.
yeah.
It's like,
He's
what are
not
we
even
talking about?
filming it
It's
for
the same thing.
OnlyFans. What a
Right.
criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mhm.
It's weird, but yeah, I like know his charge. He's just you get put on sex offender list for that.
That's terrible.
Mm.
Hey, we ain't made it on there yet.
No, ain't no we. They ain't French.
Hey, what, you made it on?
No, but like I ain't out here.
You're just saying,
doing-
don't even categorize me with you at all.
Yeah.
I'm
Crazy.
just saying, none of us have made it. The three of us. What time are we at, Mike?
hour
I'm about to piss my
and a half.
All right, let's grab one of these international snacks.
Here, take at least that one, and then
Grab one of these. Need it.
grab anything you want. Oh yeah.
A skowinky.
Oh, what? What do I
A
got?
skowinkles.
I got a chickie. Let me see yours. Squinkles. Lucas Squinkles.
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 I got a chickie. See mine?
It's a duck on yours.
Let me see.
chickie.
Let me see yours again. What's it even look like?
It's a little
Yeah,
duck
you
on
have a
there.
Duck and then some like maybe there's chocolate in them. Mine says chickie
It says
strawberry.
a pineapple and it has like chocolate.
Bro, it's so funny when foreign people do American
Pineapple
do
fl-
English. It says
Pineapple flavored hot candy strip.
Hot candy.
that sounds crazy.
That sounds disgusting.
It might just be the tahini and shit. You know how they do that.
With something flavored filling. This is gonna be crazy.
This says chickie strawberry, and then under it says MMM like and then ... LOL.
Mm. Well,
Dude, it's crazy.
Wait, are you laughing because I
It's
made
shit.
you think it
I
was
think they're
delicious?
just like they use this, they like this.
Or does this taste delicious?
Let's get the review. What do you got?
I got the 20.
Would you eat it again,
Pineapple
Fine.
with hot.
bro? Is this like this is like a triple cookie? I thought they were stuck together, but it's two just triple. It's like a
Oh, okay.
sandwich cookie and then a topper.
Like a Twix.
I don't really
Strange.
taste the hot, but I see it. Like, I see a little red flavor. Let me try another bite.
Couldn't have been terrible. Second bite.
I don't know what's going on. Here, try this.
It's like hard to even describe.
Yeah.
it
I don't know
soft?
what's
Is it
going on.
soft?
It's
It
so-
is
it's
soft. It's kind of like a gummy, not a gummy, but like a gummy type candy. Oh wow, it's weird.
Yeah, is it different?
Yeah, like it's like you start with the pineapple, but then like it immediately switches into this. It's not hot. Like I don't know why
No,
they call it
it's not
hot, but it
Or
mixes
is your
together
taste
all
buds
right.
fucked up?
Try this.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
It's not as good as that thing we had 2 weeks ago or whatever. The puppa whatever the fuck. The thing that Josh had. That
Where'd
thing
you
was
get these
fucking
from?
good.
Or gas?
It ordered like a mystery box.
Yeah, I got like
One
an
snack.
international
One.
snack pack.
It's one. That's what I was saying. It's a weird triple cookie.
Oh shit.
I know.
So what's it say on there? Just strawberry filling cookie. That's it.
Like a,
Strawberry flavored covered cookies. Yeah, and then that in
Does it
Spanish.
say where it's from?
I'm assuming Spain. I mean, Mexico. But it does not say. I don't
it's like
believe.
so much more airy than like our snacks would be.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
Does it say how many for a serving? I was telling him I found out that Oreos, 2 cookies is a serving size.
The serving sizes are crazy.
Who the
It's
fuck
pretty
is
good,
eating
though.
2 fucking Oreo
That's
cookies?
not bad.
No one is eating 2
Yeah,
Oreos.
it's just strange. It's just like
It is.
hard to
It's
describe.
different, but it's not bad.
It's not bad. It doesn't have as good of a flavor as that other one had, that sour hot, but it's neat. It's interesting. I don't know. Let me see that chicky paper.
Wait, thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the
Appreciate you.
snacks. You want another one of these?
No, there's more in there.
Oh wow, there's really that
Oh,
much.
no, I'm all right. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share,
Oh, I got the hot this time.
and I'll probably not unalive myself.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, interesting, specific. All right, thanks. See you next week.
If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself.
Damn.